Hey guys, it's Misty with My Paper Cuts, and I am coming on to share another set of Sheetload of cards. As I've previously mentioned, I am trying to work through as much of my paper stash as I can this year. So I have been turning to Call Me Crafty Owl's Sheetload of cards. It's a wonderful thing that she's come up with. I will make sure I link her channel down below so you can get all the information. And this particular set that I have done is from March of 2022, and it looks like it was inspired by this card maker. So this is for a 6x6 pattern papers. Now, as I mentioned, I think I've already shared a video where I showed what I had in my Valentines stash for loose papers and partial paper collections. So for this particular sketch, I used a partial paper collection from a Simon Says stamp kit 1 month. I looked it up. It was the Forever My Always by Pebbles was the paper that I used. And it was just a handful of sheets from that collection that were 6x6. And so I just made it work for this. It called for 6. And what I did was I just had 3 sets of 2 that I picked from the collection and cut down the way that she said. But these are the cards I came up with. Now I will also share at the end of the video, I have mentioned that I'm also trying to work through my loose paper stash and my leftover paper stash for Christmas. And so every time I'm picking one of these sheetload of cards to make for whatever I'm currently working on, which right now is Valentine, I'm also pulling from my Christmas collection and doing the same base. So the base is ready to go and just needs to be embellished for Christmas. It's kind of my way of just prepping for Christmas. So I will share that at the end of the video because I did use 2 really old sheets of paper. I was so excited to get those used because I really liked the patterns. But I digress. So that is the template that I followed. And these are the cards that I came up with. So there's a whole stack of them here. And this was supposed to yield 6 cards, but I think I did 12, so I doubled it because I had enough paper to do that. And instead of stamping or coloring an image, there were these little cut aparts, and I used those in place of this image or die cut. So I followed this one almost to the letter, but I picked these that had sentiments, and in some cases I combined 2 little ones. But so these are the sets, and I will just show you this one up close first. So for this one, I used these 3 combinations. So here's the first 3. So you can see how the papers stretch across those when you combine them. So these little hearts on some of the cards, I actually had these in my stash from a previous project. I actually had them. I have this little container from the Dollar Tree that has a bunch of wood shapes and brads and stuff in it, and I have this little baggie in there of those watercolored hearts. I had made a bunch of them and I just saved them because I think they're good add-ons, and so I used a few of them on these cards because they matched well enough. So this piece here, this piece is from My Favorite Things, and it's from this little banner set. I use this a lot for sentiments, and I just ran a tracing wheel across the center of it to give it a stitched effect. I did add little strips of glitter paper to the edges just to tie in that green and blue color. And then this little piece up here is also one of these cut, and then I just, in fact, I think it's the smallest one. I snipped it in half so that I could use little banner pieces. And if you can see that, hopefully you can see it, it's velvet. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but I just die cut from the Dollar Tree velvet ribbon so that I could have little velvet banner pieces. This is really stiff ribbon, so it die cuts really nicely. So I just wanted a touch of texture. And then this little gold piece down here, another funny story. I had cut a bunch of these for a similar project, and I had 2 of them in that same little container that I just showed you. So I just got out more gold scraps of foil paper, and I cut a bunch more. And that is cut with this piece And this is from Paper Smooches, and this die set is called Chains. I love this for little accent pieces, especially this. I just love this little piece right here. So that is the gold piece, and that is the first 3 cards. And then the inside of these are just blank. So these are pretty much just general love cards. Some of them do say Valentine's Day, so I will put those in my Valentine's Day card stash. But the other ones are just love, and so they're just a nice general card. So this is the next 3. So you can see the 3 patterns I chose to make these. And I'll give you an up-close look of each of those. So like if I had a larger piece that didn't have a sentiment, I found a little sentiment piece to kind of, and I mean, I was stretching it to make these happen, but I'm so pleased with how they turned out. I think they're just great general. I love this. This one's probably my favorite because I love that sentiment. And then here's the next 3 pieces. Whoops, I guess I got them a little bit mixed up. Oh no, okay. 1, 2, 3. I thought I had them in order. And then this is the last 3, which the hearts, the ledger paper, and the stripe. And these ones I think have the boldest impact, but I still think they turned out really cute. So that is my first card share for that sketch. And then I know I grabbed them. Oh, I buried them under supplies over here. Just a moment. So in my stash, I had this paper, which is really, really old. It is from Basil, and it's called Lights of Christmas. And 'Tis the Season. So they were double-sided. I just kept the manufacturing strips to show you guys, but I only have this much left because I did cut. What I did, because this called for 6x6 pattern paper, is I just cut down a 12x12 double-sided sheet into 6x6 and used it that way. And I got a handful of bases ready to go. So I had this polka dot, the pattern that I showed you, and then this black one that I don't have anything left to show you of. It looks like this. It's just got the numbers on it. So I just made those into a quick 6 cards, and I can embellish these however I want when the time comes. So I am really going to be prepared for Christmas, which is going to be wonderful. So thanks for stopping by. I hope these videos are interesting to you with me trying to bust through my paper stash. And definitely give Crafty Al a follow because these templates are wonderful and they will help you really speed up your card making process if you're trying to use up your supplies. Thanks for watching. Toodles!